Hey, today I wanted to tell you that, first of all, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're incredible. Secondly, I do hope that your day is great. I hope your Memorial Weekend is safe and fun and fabulous. And also, I wanted to talk to you about facing fears head on. I know that that's crazy. And this morning I was like thinking of a couple things that I have faced head on over the last 6 to 8 months. Specifically, some of you may know that I am on a journey of potentially, if God has it in store, to maybe have weight loss surgery this year. And I say this year loosely because it could be as early as the next 60 days and it could be later on this year. I just don't know. There's still some factors that come into that. I have to do a month on a CPAP machine, and apparently there's a nationwide shortage, and the company that is supposed to get me the CPAP machine has dropped the ball, but they're back on it. So hopefully they get that handled in the next week or so. So I need to do a month on that, but everything else is pretty much done. And then it pushes through, and insurance just has one final approval, and then it may be a thing. And my last visit with the doctor's office, which was just this last Wednesday, a couple days ago, the dietitian looked at me and said, "It's go time. This is really happening." And because I was like, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I don't really, I'm just leaving this in God's hands. But if you're telling me to make these changes now based on these timelines, are we really serious? And she's like, "We're really serious." And so anyhow, this morning, I was just thinking about how, and I'm not going to get real into I'll share more about my beliefs on weight loss surgery and stuff later on at another time. But what I will say is that I remember when I was even remotely considering this just about over a year ago, that I even started thinking of the possibility of weight loss surgery, being open to it. And one of the first thoughts I had was like, I do not ever want to go get weight loss surgery because they make you jump through so many hoops. You've got to go see a psychologist, and you've got to go to these dietitian appointments, and they even make you go to physical therapy at least one time before your surgery date, and then they also they make you lose some weight beforehand, and they make all these make right. That's all for you, but they make you I keep saying make, it sounds so ugly. They make you do all these things in preparation. And I was getting ready this morning, and I was thinking I didn't want to do any of those things because they were scary. They were out of my comfort zone. And so I just thought I would say to you, face your fears. And with all due respect, I don't even care what they are. But what I want to give you relief in is that in facing your fears, I want you to understand this. The beauty in that, and I wish I'd have known this years ago, but I also believe everything happens as it's supposed to. To me, there's so many things, even to this day, there's still things that are in my closet that I've never faced or never talked about or never shared because they are scary, or I'm in fear of, or intimidated by, or whatever. But if some of the fears, if I would have known that you can face fears head on, and dare I say with confidence, knowing that understand this, my friends, one little piece at a time. You're chipping away. So even though you're facing it head on, you get to chip away one piece at a time. So for example, there's a fear of weight loss surgery, and there will be more fears to come, by the way. Like, I have fear of anesthesia. I have fear of I've never been in a hospital bed. Like, some of you may or may not know that. I've been very blessed. I've been pretty healthy for a very obese guy, so I have massive anxiety about that. Like, there are more fears to come in this journey. However, the initial fear I faced, and then it was like these little things I chipped away, like seeing a therapist. Like, that's been something that I've been scared of forever, and the what ifs, right? But then you chip away one piece at a time. And so understand this, that like we all probably have several types of fears, several types of things that maybe we want to, or maybe we need to address. And I want you to understand, if we're willing to submit to the process, right? If we're willing to submit to the process, I think that you'll find it's actually a little bit less scary, knowing that it's one step at a time. one foot in front of the other. And there is some confidence in learning that for me, that I can take one step at a time, and knowing that it's like, well, it's not like I go see a therapist, I go get on the scale, I change my eating habits, I see the dietitian and a physical therapist all on the first visit. Oh my gosh, that would freak me out so bad. I probably would never, if I even did it, I would never go back, right? But that's not how it works. It's a process. And so if I submit to the steps and the process of it, I get to see results. And so I hope that that brings you some value, and I hope that you're willing to think about the things that you may be in fear of, and whatever that looks like. Again, that could look like so many different things for so many of us, and maybe you'll be willing to face a couple of those things head on, knowing that they are one step truly at a time, and see how that goes for you. I love you guys. You're created with purpose, on purpose. I hope that your day is amazing.